So, let's talk about mold. You see a patch of it and boom, that little wave of panic hits, right? You're definitely not alone. But what if I told you the color isn't the real story? In this explainer, we're going to cut right through all that fear and give you a super practical guide on what to actually look for and, more importantly, how to fix the problem for good.
This quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? We've all been taught to be terrified of toxic black mold, but honestly, color is not a reliable clue at all. If it were, every single bathroom with a bit of dark grout would be a full-on crime scene. So clearly, we need a much better way to figure out what's really going on.
Okay, so if we're not supposed to judge a mold by its color, then what does matter? Let's zoom in on the factors that are the real indicators of a problem.
All right, if you only remember one thing from this entire explainer, please make it this. The mold you can see, that's just the tip of the iceberg. It isn't the actual problem, it's just the symptom. The real enemy, the thing you have to find and defeat, is the hidden culprit: unwanted, persistent moisture.
So what does this mean for you? It means you have to stop thinking like a cleaner and start thinking like a detective. Seriously. Your job isn't just to wipe away the evidence. It's to investigate and find out where that moisture is coming from in the first place. So let's go look for some clues.
So what clues should you actually be looking for? You know, it's not as complicated as it sounds. We can break it all down into a really simple, methodical check that you can do yourself right now.
And here it is. We're calling this your 5-point check. Think of it like a simple triage toolkit. It's designed to help you quickly size up any situation and figure out the level of concern. No expertise required.
Now, the trick is to look at all 5 of these factors together. So first up is location, right? Mold in a bedroom where you're sleeping for 8 hours is way more concerning than a little bit in a shower. Second, extent. How much is there? A tiny patch is one thing, an entire wall is another story. Third, moisture. Is the area actively damp to the touch right now? That is a huge clue. Fourth, materials. What's it growing on? Porous stuff like plaster or drywall is a much bigger deal than, say, sealed tiles, because the mold can really dig its roots in. And finally, time. How long has it been there? A problem that keeps coming back points to a moisture source that never went away.
Okay, theory's over. Let's put this toolkit to work. We're going to look at 2 really common scenarios, and you'll see exactly how this check helps you figure out if you're dealing with a manageable issue or something that needs a much closer look.
So on the left, we have a pretty manageable situation. You know the scene. A little surface mold on the bathroom tiles. The moisture source is obvious. It's just condensation from steamy showers. But then look at the right. This is where the alarm bells should be ringing. Let's use our 5-point check. The location is a living room. The material is porous plaster. And if it smells musty or keeps coming back after you clean it, well, the time and moisture factors are screaming that there's a serious, hidden problem here that needs a proper investigation.
Okay, so you've done your detective work. You've assessed the situation. What now? What do you actually do? Well, here is the 3-step action plan to fix the problem, not just hide the symptom. Before you even think about reaching for a bottle of cleaner, your first and by far most important step is always this one. You have to identify and stop the source of the moisture. And I really cannot stress this enough. Cleaning comes second. Cleaning the mold without fixing the leak is like mopping the floor while the tap is still running full blast. You're just treating the symptom, and I promise you it will always come back. So here's that full action plan. Step 1. Find that moisture source and fix it. Maybe it's poor ventilation, maybe it's a leaky pipe, who knows, but you have to find it. Step 2. Then, and only then, do you clean the mold itself away. And step 3. If it comes back, don't just clean it again. That's your signal that it's time to document the issue and maybe even think about getting a professional in to take a look. And just a quick but very important disclaimer. Everything we've covered today is about assessing the risk to the building, to your home. This is not medical advice. If you or anybody in your family has health concerns that you think could be related to mold, please go consult a doctor.
And so that brings us right back to the beginning. The next time you see a patch of mold, I hope you feel a little less panic and a lot more empowered. Just remember this simple mantra. Don't fear the color. Put on your detective hat and follow the moisture.